Hello there, spiritual travelers. I'm Mr. Gar. Welcome back to my channel. Today we have another Pickacard reading. This one is all about you, your personality. I'm going to read the cards and predict your personality traits, what you like, what you dislike, your strengths, your weaknesses, etc. So we have 4 piles today. We have pile 1 with the rose quartz elephant, pile 2 with the clear quartz, pile 3 with the lime opal, and pile 4 with the hematite stone. As per usual, look over the piles, use your intuition to pick a pile. Remember, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. This is also a timeless reading, so the time that you come across this is the time that you're supposed to get this message. On that note, enjoy, and let's move on to pile number 1. Welcome, pile 1 with the rose quartz elephant. Isn't he adorable? Let's find out who you are and what your personality is like, your strengths and weaknesses, by looking at your cards. Let's start with your tarot cards. First card you have is the 7 of Cups in reverse. Illusions, confusion, fantasy, choices. You have the 8 of Buttons. Apprentice, mastery, and focus. And you have the 7 of Matches, challenges, perseverance, and protection. And your Chakra Insight Oracle cards. Whoop. First card you have is number 28, compassion, caring, empathy, acceptance, and gentleness. And you have number 9, relationships, intimacy, freedom, acceptance, and trust. Okay, the first thing that really jumps out to me from those cards, pile 1, is that you have the word acceptance twice in your 2 oracle cards here. And with the card of 7 of Matches and challenges, perseverance, protection, I sense that part of who you are is to really, you're in a place of actually learning who you are at the moment and accepting both your strengths and your perceived weaknesses. I sense that there's some things about you that you may not have liked in the past, and that you're now learning to accept who you are completely, and to to be a little bit more compassionate towards yourself. Just because instead of trying to change who you are, I think you're rapidly coming into a place of just accepting yourself completely and realizing that you are the version of yourself that you're meant to be at this point in time. I am sensing that in the past you've been like the 7 of Cups in the sense, the 7 of Cups in the sense that you've been a little bit in your own head and trying to see yourself in a different light, and you hadn't fully accepted who you are, or there are things about you that you had tried to change, but now you're really coming into a place of starting to love who you are and to be more accepting of all of you, which is a really beautiful thing, pile 1. I think that you're starting to really embrace every aspect of yourself and realize that those things are exactly how they're meant to be, and that there's some strengths in those perceived weaknesses that make you a more beautiful and rounded person. I also see with you, pile 1, that you've probably had some hardships in your past. So it says here with the card of 7 of Matches and challenges, and with the 7 of Cups in reverse, and confusion, things haven't always been so easy for you. You've had some trials and tribulations that you've had to overcome. But I do sense that you're a very strong individual, and you are able to sort of master those challenges and really see how they've made you a stronger and more beautiful person. With the 7 of Cups in reverse and the 8 of Buttons here, I see someone that has 2 conflicting energies or sides to you. So one part of you is a dreamer and likes to be in the fantasy land and really think about the future and what you can or could achieve potentially, and to imagine the most beautiful and luxurious life. But then you've got this other side of you that is really quite grounded and that knows that hard work and pushing forward with your goals is the way to achieve that dream. I sense someone that has that really thinks and dreams big and knows how to actually work towards those goals. That you're that you've sort of mastered a certain skill in life, and you know where you're going and what your direction is, and you have a strong path, and you believe in that path. Pile 1. I also sense, Pile 1, that through the challenges that you've had in life, that you're a lot more empathetic for people that are going through similar challenges, or that you've learned not to judge people. Basically, you realize that everyone is on their own path in life, and that because you've done or been through experiences that you're not so proud of, or that you realize weren't the best for you, you are now compassionate and can help those people on their journey. And I sense you're also a very good listener. People trust you. Your friends and family really rely on you to sort of get them through troubling times. You're like the lotus leaf that's come out of the mud and has grown into this beautiful blossoming flower here. There's a real joy and nurturing side to you that people can really see and they relate to, and you draw them in because of that reason. On that Pile 1, let's get some further messages about who you are and what your strengths are from the universe with the Animal Spirit Oracle deck. First card that you have here is Cow Spirit. The miracles are endless. It's an awesome card. Beautiful. The next card that you have, Pile 1, is the Bobcat Spirit. Life is a mystery. Okay. Those two cards are a real indication that you're okay with sudden changes in life and things not actually working out as you had planned. I do see a goal-oriented group here with the 8 of Buttons about mastery and sort of working towards a certain skill or goal. But even though you might be oriented, you're okay with things just popping up. I think you've learned to really trust in your own ability to overcome challenges, or to really just adapt well to changes in life. So with the Cow Spirit, miracles are endless. I sense that you realize that even though you have a goal in mind, you're okay with things just changing direction, or things coming up that take you off in another path, and you're open to experiencing that path and to learn the lessons that come along with it. And with life as a mystery, I sense that you realize that you can't always know where you're going, that sometimes you just have to have faith in your own abilities, and in the path that the universe is sort of throwing towards you, and to live with trust in your own skills and to trust in the path that you're being directed down. I do also see 2 8s here. So you've got the Bob Spirit, number 8, and you've got the 8 of Buttons here, which is an indication, Pile 1, that you're quite a lucky group, that things just sort of fall into place for you, that you have a lot of fortitude, and that when you come from a place of love and joy, you know that things will sort of work out well for you, and you trust in your ability to just make things happen to your advantage. I also see a go-getter here. So with the 7 of Matches and the bobcat spirit. I see a group that has a lot of fiery energy, someone that likes to take control, and that really pushes towards a certain goal. Let's get another message from the Lunar Nomad Oracle cards. I love these cards, but I still am learning how to shuffle them. Your card. Okay, you have the card of clouds, number 6. Interesting. So that really aligns, I think, with the Seven of Cups in reverse about illusions and fantasy. You may be a bit of a dreamer too. Like, I do sense that you, when you really are quite grounded in reality, you can really work towards your goals and know where you're going. But you're okay with sudden changes in life and accepting and embracing those changes. But sometimes you can be a bit of a dreamer too. Like you go off into La La Land and just imagine things being the most beautiful or romantic, or you just like to fantasize about things, whether it be about your future or the perfect relationship, or living overseas, or being off in a different star system or something like that. You probably actually get a lot of joy out of reading fantasy books or sci-fi too. I see a group that's really interested in fantasy or sci-fi also. It looks to me like that. I think that's a perfume bottle here, but I also see what I'm getting from that pile 1 is like the genie in a bottle. Like you really believe in magic too. You believe that there's magic in the universe and the world, and that magic is real and that you can use it to your advantage. So if you you might believe in like spells or casting spells, or even like positive affirmations, just affirming things and manifesting through the words and thoughts that you have. It's an interesting group. I see a group that's both dreamy and likes to be in the fantasy side of the world and believes in the intangible things, but also someone that knows how to be grounded and to really follow certain goals and paths when you need to, in order to manifest whatever it is that you want in reality. Okay, on that pile 1, I'm going to get some further insight and wisdom from the universe with the Commonplace Tarot deck. Let's get some more insight into your personality. First card is the Four of Cups. Your next card is the Two of Pentacles, the Infinity sign. Interesting. And your final card is the Six of Swords in reverse. I am sensing, pile 1, that you can be quite an emotional being too. You've got the card here of compassion, caring, empathy, acceptance, and gentleness. And with the Four of Cups here and the Aquarian sitting under the tree looking a little forlorn, that you really can be a little bit hard on yourself sometimes. Like the Six of Swords in reverse, it indicates that sometimes you can get stuck on a certain thing, or beat yourself up about something when it doesn't quite work out the way you had planned. Even though you have the ability to change paths and to accept a new direction and to really adapt, sometimes if things don't work out the way you had planned, I see that you can be quite hard on yourself. and that you really need to you really need to just remain grounded and accept that that not everything can go the way that you want, I sense. So you've got here empathy in the compassion card. I think not only are you empathetic towards others and don't judge people on their own path, but sometimes I think you maybe struggle to actually employ that to yourself. I think that you need to really not beat yourself up and to accept that sometimes things don't always work out the way we had planned it. No one's perfect. And that maybe there's a greater reason or a bigger reason for the things that happen in life. So with this card, the Four of Cups, you can see that in this card, it looks like somebody else is offering them another drink or another cup that they haven't quite realized yet, because they're still kind of working out what they want to do with those other 3 cups. But in the Standard Tarot deck, the Rider-Waite, it's the universe offering another cup from a cloud. So sometimes we don't always see or understand why things do work out the way they are, the way it does. But I think this is a group that sometimes does struggle to get out of your head and overthinks sometimes about things when they don't work out. But I do see that you've started to really overcome that problem, that you're now starting to just let go and to go with the flow. This is a group that's had to learn to go with the flow through some challenges in life, I see. But you know how to work towards your goals too. And I do see a lot of fire and passion in this group. That's all I have for you, pile 1. I hope that resonated. If it did, please like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Let's move on to pile number 2. Welcome, pile 1, with the clear quartz crystal. Isn't it beautiful? Can you see the refraction of the light there? It's gorgeous. Let's find out who you are, what your personality traits are, and what your strengths and weaknesses are by looking at your tarot cards and oracle cards. First card you have is the 8 of Cups in reverse. Avoidance, with fear of loss, walking away. You have the 2 of Matches with the squirrel. Progression, planning, and discovery. And you have the High Priestess in reverse. Repression, silence, and secrets. All right, just from those cards, I'm already sensing there's a conflicting energy here, pile 1. With the 8 of Cups in reverse and the High Priestess in reverse, indicating that sometimes you like to bury your head in the sand with certain situations, that you can be a bit avoidant of dealing with certain troubles in your life. But also then you've got the card of 2 of Matches, which is about planning and discovery. So I think depending on your mood and how you're feeling, you can go either way with dealing with situations. If you're in a bit of a low vibe, a low vibration and not feeling so well, you can really just withdraw from reality and avoid dealing with problems in your life. But when you're actually feeling quite motivated and inspired, you really take control, and you're very good at planning things out and yeah, dealing with issues and overcoming hurdles. So I do see that you're in that sense, I don't mean moody in a negative sense, but I do see that you react strongly to the way that you're feeling in the moment. So I sense that this pile is has very strong emotions, that you're a very emotional being. And you feel emotions probably a lot stronger than most people around you, or you perceive that you feel emotions a lot stronger than most people you know. And that those emotions really dictate how you react in your day-to-day life. Let's see what your oracle cards are, your Chakra Insight oracle cards. So you have the card of number 26, Connection. universal oneness, love, interconnection, and support. And you have the card of insight, number 42. Understanding, awakening, awareness, and self-evaluation. Interesting. Just of note, your third eye is open in that card. Okay, these cards kind of align with what I was mentioning from the tarot cards, that they're really conflicting energies also. So the insight card is I get an energy of being very withdrawn or wanting a lot of alone time, that you're someone that needs a lot of time to really reflect upon life, the things that's going on in your life, and probably just draw a lot of energy from being on your own. You need some downtime to just reflect and to be on your own, to sit in a corner and read a book, to be at home with your pets and watch movies on your own, or just someone that likes to just enjoys your own company, essentially. But also you've got here the card of connection, which indicates that you do sometimes sense that you need to get out and be with other people. So I really see someone that enjoys both sides of the coin, really. You need sometimes to be around others to connect with your friends and family, because you probably get quite bored and you just need to draw energy from other people. But that there are times when things get challenging, maybe that you need to really retreat into yourself and be alone so that you can evaluate and work your way through these troubling times. I do sense that you're probably quite empathic also, that you really take on the energy of people around you. With the Eight of Cups in reverse, I sense that you need to set some strong boundaries in terms of not taking on the feelings and emotions of those people around you, because you are very empathic or empathetic. You're a very compassionate individual that likes to support the people around you, the people that you care for. But sometimes you can take on too much energy, and when that happens, you really have a need to withdraw into your own shell and to recuperate. I am sensing that you've got the card of number 42, insight, and the High Priestess in reverse, indicating that you're quite a spiritual being also. I've actually done the readings for piles 2 and 3 before doing this one, because I like to mix it up sometimes. But pile 3 had a very spiritually based message also. So I sense if you were vacillating between pile 1 and pile 3, you might want to go back and have a look at that. But I do see someone that is quite connected to your spirit guides, and to quite open to the messages that you're receiving from your guides that lead you on your journey. And that a lot of the time you need to withdraw from people so you can actually interpret those messages and better understand what your next step is in life. I see someone here with the card of interconnection, the card of connection, and with the Ace of Cups. You're a very loving human being. You like to support the people around you. You're very compassionate and generous with your time too. I sense that you're someone that probably gives a lot of your time away to charities or to people that are less fortunate than you. Just because you know that giving is kind of the biggest gift that you can receive also. Just apologies for the noise. There's some kids playing downstairs, and my neighbor is clearly working from home at the moment and just talking to a friend on his phone. So on that, let's move on. I'll just have to talk a little bit louder. I do also see someone that has that's quite driven. With the Two of Matches, you're a very organized individual and like to plan out your path in life. You're one of those people that really needs to have a strong structure for your day. You need to know what you're doing throughout your day, what times your meetings are, when you're going to take your lunch break, what things you need to tick off your list during the day in order to really progress and move forward in your work week. I sense that you're probably someone that works well in a corporate environment, or in a role where you have to attend a workplace, and and that you're quite a people person too, that you work well in groups, I sense. On that pile 1, let's get some further messages from the universe about who you are as a person with the Spirit Guide Oracle cards. Whoop. There's your first card already. And your second card. So the first card that you have here is number 63, Vulture Spirit. Nothing is wasted. That's amazing. And the card that jumped out of the deck beforehand is number 62. So you have number 62 and 63 that came out. That's pretty phenomenal. Turtle Spirit, slow and steady wins the race. Okay. So yes, you've got a progression here from 62 to 63. And with the card of 2 of matches and planning, I do see someone that really needs a structured plan in order to move forward. You need to know what your next step is, what you're going to be doing, the next day or the day after. You're someone that needs a structure or a strong foundation in order to really work in your best manner. And I sense that you're quite a structured person in your life too, that you probably have a very strong routine and you stick to a strong routine, like you go to work, you come home, you meditate in the evening, or you go and exercise or something. You have dinner around the same time. You have your favorite TV programs that you like to watch every night. You're someone that really needs a strong structure and foundation in order to really excel in life. I'm also seeing here you've got 26 and 62, so they're a reflection of each other, which indicates to me that you actually you understand that when people are reacting a certain way to you, or that you are reacting a way to somebody else, it's because of you see similarities in that person at that time. You're able to reflect. You're able to reflect upon the way people have interacted with you, or understand the deeper meaning in terms of how you interact, or the interactions that you have with someone, and really understand what's going on there. So if somebody gets angry at you, or vice versa, over an issue at work, you're able to then reflect upon it in your own time and just understand why the person reacted that way, but also really start to delve deeper into your own psyche and realize that you too have those similar traits, that you also have that trait within you, whether it be a positive trait that you see in somebody else and really like and love about them, or sometimes something that you perceive to be negative. You're able to really delve deep into that situation and get a deeper understanding of your own perspective on life and who you are. I am seeing with the Turtle Spirit, slow and steady wins the race, and the 2 of matches here, that you realize that if you want to achieve your goals in life, that it takes time, and that you need to put in a lot of work, hard work and effort in order to attain whatever it is that you're trying to manifest in reality. Whether you want to get a promotion at work, that you need to work hard day in, day out, and really show the boss what skills you have and your dedication, or if you want to learn a new skill, that you need to practice it every day in order to actually master that skill. And finally, I'm seeing here with Turtle Spirit and the 8 of Cups in reverse, as well as the High Priestess in the card of connection, that you are a very emotional being. Turtles obviously living in water. That you're not afraid to show your emotions. You don't hold them back. And you realize that you're okay with that. You accept that you're an emotional being, and that you're okay with showing your emotions to people in any situation. Just be mindful, I think, to not react too much and to let your emotions get the best of you, I think. With the Eight of Cups in reverse, there is a tendency here for you to really get upset quite easily. I see you being quite a reactive individual that has an ability to react strongly if things don't go your way. On that pile one, let's get some further messages from the Lunar Nomad Oracle deck. Let's get one card from this deck. It's really hard for me to shuffle trying to hold this deck in front of the camera. I'm really not that bad normally. You have number 28, man. With the lion here, okay. I do see a very driven individual, someone that is very action-oriented. You are, I sense that you're probably, you like to get a lot of exercise, I think, too. I think you're probably a very outgoing person and like to keep fit. You like to, you're very outdoorsy, too. You like to go hiking or to get to the beach or out to the to go for hikes or to get outdoors on the weekends. Maybe you play a lot of sport, I sense also. And you've got the lion here too. So with the Two of Matches and the lion card, I see a lot of fire energy here. You may have a lot of fire in your chart. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You may also have a lot of water in your chart too, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising also. I see a lot of fire and water, which really describes why you have that conflicting side of your personality, one that needs a lot of downtime and alone time, and one that also needs to get a lot of energy from connecting with other people. Finally, pile one. Let's get some further messages about your personality from the Commonplace Tarot deck. Okay, so the first card that came out of the deck is the Ten of Wands in reverse. You also have the Three of Swords, and your last card is the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So from those cards, I really sense that you're a loyal individual, that you give yourself over to people wholeheartedly. When you open your heart to someone, you really throw yourself in 100%. And you get quite disillusioned when people tend to not live up to your standards. And you have a tendency to really hold on to grudges, I sense. More so because you find it hard to release the pain or to grieve. That when someone breaks your heart, you are down and out for quite a while, and it takes you a while. You need a lot of alone time to really lift your spirits again and to recover. And it's just simply because you are a very loyal and loving individual that you, when you open up yourself to somebody or to certain people, that you expect the world from them and vice versa. And when people break your heart or don't sort of treat you the way that you want, you take it really personally. And it does take you some time to really let go of that pain and to walk away, as it says in the Eight of Cups in reverse. But I see it because it's just because you have such strong emotions. You're a very emotional being And then when your heart breaks, you feel it really, really fully in your core. But you also have the ability to really feel love at its highest and most deepest sensations. I sense that that through your love and through the way that you experience emotions, that you can actually allow others to really hit heights that they haven't or thought weren't even possible in terms of how they feel and how they perceive certain situations or experiences in life. So for you, Pile One, it's really about finding that happy medium between needing time on your own and time with other people, and the happy medium of balancing your emotions out, really, in terms of not overreacting or not shutting off either. So because you are so emotional, you've got to find that happy place that you can exist where you don't allow your emotions to dictate your day-to-day experiences, and that you need to make decisions like the High Priestess in reverse. You need to make decisions based on more so on your intellect and not so much from your emotions, because when you allow your emotions to dictate, things don't always work out the best for you, I sense. That's all I have for you, Pile One. I hope that resonated. If it did, please like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hello, Pile 3 with the lime green opal. Let's find out who you are by looking at your cards. Let's start with your tarot cards. First card you have is the Universe, Infinite Growth. That's an awesome card. Evolution, possibilities. I sense a very strong spiritual group here. You have the Judgment card in reverse, indecision, self-doubt, and life lessons. Okay. Your final oracle card, tarot card, is the Nine of Needles in reverse, letting go, hope, and coping. And your two chakra insight oracle cards, you have the number 44, the card of presence, awareness, attention, reality, and connection. Okay. And all right, you have the number 43. There you go. Which is the crown chakra. Okay. So yes, a very, very spiritual group. Highly connected to your spirit guides in the universe, I sense. I do sense a group that has a very open and attuned crown chakra. So you're very aligned. You receive messages from the universe. You pay attention to these messages and are quite aware of your spirit guides being around you and your connection and place in the universe and on Earth. You've got the Universe card there. Although this reading's meant to be about your personality traits and who you are, I do see a group that's probably in the middle of a spiritual awakening. You have the Universe card here with infinite growth. So you're in a place of rapid consciousness expansion, learning new things, learning who you are, why you're here, what your life path is. And you also have the card of Judgment in reverse. So the card of Judgment in the upright position is really the card of a higher calling from the universe, to find out what your life mission is and to start moving on that path in order to help humanity and the universe sort of move forward during this mass awakening. But yours is in reverse, so I sense that this is sort of a new experience for you. You're in the initial phases of what I would call an awakening, and you're starting to learn. Your consciousness is expanding dramatically, but I also sense that you're probably not entirely sure what it is that you feel that you're supposed to be doing. I sense that you probably have an inkling that you're meant to do something big in this life, or you feel as if you have a big mission to undertake in this life. But at this point in time, you're not quite sure what direction to follow or take, which is completely understandable. It's never easy initially with the spiritual awakening. I, for one, am still struggling with it. I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to be doing, but I have taken the path of tarot and astrology just because I feel that it's something that I'm interested in and that I can help guide others on their journey. So at this point, I think the best thing to do is just to take some time to work out who you are and what your strengths are, and to let go of any sort of anguish. It says here, let go of feeling guilty or trying to force something, and just know that you are being guided, and that you are connected to the universe, and that your guides are around you sending you messages. It also says here hope and coping. So I sense that you've been through a bit of a rough patch, and that one of your strengths is the ability to draw upon your inner strength and being able to just know that you'll get through anything. I think I do see a very strong individual that has the ability to draw upon your own resolve and know that you can get through any situation. So just know that you'll get through this pile 3, and it'll be for the better, because I do see a period of rapid consciousness expansion for you, and spiritual growth, which is a really beautiful thing. I think you're probably in the initial phases of really tapping into your spiritual gifts and being able to assist others during this time of mass awakening. I also see an individual that loves being around animals and being in nature. So you've got a lot of animals here with the bee. You've got the butterfly in reverse, the gorilla in reverse. I do see a caterpillar here. I see an individual that is really connected to nature and loves spending time in nature. I think it's where you center yourself, and you need that time to really refocus and to be able to let go of anything that was causing you pain or anxiety. I see a group too that is quite fun. I sense that you have. I see like in the card of presence, your inner child comes out. That you like to rely on your ability to make any situation fun in order to really get through it. Group 3, I see you doing well in a line of work where you can impart some sort of fun energy into your day-to-day activities, whether you be an entertainer or an artist, some sort of creative path, or just even if you're in a day-to-day 9 to 5. I think I sense the need to really bring a level of joy, happiness, and laughter to your day-to-day activities in order to be able to really get through the day and make the most of the day. I think if you're just to stick to the 9 to 5 without any kind of passion or enjoyment, then you'd really struggle down that path. I also see someone that's quite attuned to other people's energy too. So you have in the card of presence, it says here awareness and attention, connection also, and you have the card of 9 of Needles in reverse of coping. You have the ability to help other people get through some troubling and trying times. I sense that you're quite attuned to the energy of other people, and you can tell when they're not feeling so good, or you pick up on their positive vibes too, and draw upon that so that you can then use that for your own benefit and to help other people around you. And with the progression here of 43 and 44, I do sense that you know that you're in a place of learning and acquiring new wisdom too. I sense that you're quite an intelligent being also, with the universe and infinite growth and evolution. And also with the 9 of Needles in reverse, I sense a really intelligent person that likes to continue to learn. I bet you have a lot of sort of hobbies that entail a lot of reading or learning new things. And once you actually find something that you're interested in, you want to know all about it. Like, it becomes a passion of yours to really master that skill or that knowledge and to learn everything you can about it. Something else that I do sense, though, is that sometimes you can get in your own head a little bit too much, that sometimes making decisions is quite a troubling thing for you. With the Nine of Needles in reverse and the card of Judgment in reverse with indecision, I sense that that you have the ability to sometimes gain too much knowledge, and that it can actually be a bit of a detriment to you, because you get into a place of analysis paralysis where you overthink a situation, and it really prevents you from moving forward sometimes. So I think also you need to you're a person that really needs to talk through your thought patterns and your plans with other people in order to not necessarily get approval from them, but just to be able to hear your own thought patterns and to understand what it is that you want to do. I think getting things out into the ether for you is the best way for you to understand who you are and what you want to do in your next step in life. On that pile 3, let's get some further insight and wisdom from the universe about who you are and what your strengths are from the Spirit Guide and Oracle deck. Universe, please provide some further insight for pile 3. What are their strengths and weaknesses? Who are they as a person? There you go. So you have the Lizard Spirit, number 38. Dream the world into being. Okay, beautiful card. And the card that jumped out of the deck for you, number 10. Buffalo Spirit, the abundant universe will provide. Okay, there you go. So you have the card of the universe, infinite growth, in your tarot deck, your tarot cards, and number 10, which is the end of a cycle, the start of a new cycle. The abundant universe will provide. So for you, pile 3, it's about letting go and just having faith in the universe and your path, and know that you are to be guided, and that you're probably highly protected by your spirit guides in the universe. You do have I sense that you do have a mission in life, like a higher calling, like the Judgment in reverse. Part of your mission right now is to work out what path to take, and then to move forward on that path in order to help raise humanity during this time of mass awakening. It says here also with the Lizard Spirit, dream the world into being. So I sense that when you find your creative passion, or whatever it is that you love to do, pile 3, and bring that into fruition and focus on that, when you allow yourself to be happy and to follow your own path, that you'll start to see some amazing changes in the reality around you. I know for me, when I started to really let go, which I'm still learning to do, by the way, and started to really do a lot more meditation and to trust in the universe and the messages that I was receiving, that things started to fall into place and the world became a much richer and more beautiful place. Like, the colors of plants and flowers became a lot more vibrant. I noticed that animals would just come up to me, birds would come and communicate with me all the time. And it sounds a bit crazy, but the more you give back to the universe and trust in the messages that you're receiving, the more your world is really going to change for the better, and things will start falling into place for you. So I do see a highly connected and spiritual group here. I'm also getting the sense here with the Lizard Spirit, even though it's not a chameleon, I do see it looks like it's got different colors and the ability to really change and to fit into the background. I sense that you have the ability to really let go and to let go of any sort of past pains or difficulties or things that were holding you back, and to really move forward by just adapting to changes in your life. You have the ability to really adapt well to things that are shifting and changing in your life. If things aren't going so well, you'll find a way to push forward. And if you trust in the messages from the universe, I sense that you'll be guided and you'll just know what to do at each point in each phase in your life. I'm also noticing here, so you've got 3 and 8, which makes 11, which is the angel number. Once again, just reiterating the fact that you are quite spiritually connected. So just trust in those messages that you're getting from the universe. I'm going to get a card from the Lunar Nomad Oracle deck for you. Just bear with me, these are hard to shuffle. There's your card there. You have the dog, number 18. That's a beautiful card. So once again, you've got the dog there. I do see a group that, as I was saying earlier, is quite attuned to nature. And clearly you enjoy being around animals, and animals are drawn to you too. I think that you're like a little child. And there's something about you that animals just are drawn to. They sense a real loving and playful nature. The dog card indicates to me that you're quite a loyal person, that when you give yourself over to someone, you will stick with them and through thick and thin, and that you people probably turn to you a lot for sage advice and for your wisdom, and it's because your wisdom is really coming from a place of divinity. Like, you are quite attuned to your spirit guides in the universe, and the things that you say and pass on are coming from a higher place, a higher knowledge. So you know what to say to people to really help them through troubling times, I sense. And the last thing I'm getting from this card is a very inquisitive, playful attitude. I sense that when you are intrigued by something, as I said earlier, when you have a new passion or a hobby, you really want to learn all about it so that you can just become the best at it, just for your own passion, really, your own enjoyment. But I sense that you have a really inquisitive personality, that you like to try new things, that you're not scared of making a fool of yourself either. I think I sense from this pile 3 that you're not afraid of making a fool of yourself or trying new things. So when people say, like, let's try this, you're like, right, yeah, let's go do it. I want to get out there and give it a go. So you have a really playful and an inquisitive personality also. All right, let's get some further insight on your personality from the Commonplace Tarot deck. Universe, please provide some further insight on pile 3. Who are they? What's their strengths and weaknesses? First card you have is the Ten of Wands. You have the Seven of Cups. Yes, the Seven of Cups in reverse. And you have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Okay, you have the Nine of Swords twice. Pile 3. So you got the Nine of Swords here in the Commonplace Tarot. You also have the Nine of Swords in the 5-cent tarot deck. Just there. Which is an indication that you've been through some troubling times, but you really actually, I sense that you're actually in a place of actually coming out of some anxiety or some mental anguish, I think it's because you were probably a little bit confused about what's going on right now in your life. I do sense that you've probably had some roadblocks and things haven't worked out the way you had planned. But you're now starting to let go and to trust in the process. And things are starting to fall into place for you that I think you got to the point where you were so stressed and so anxious potentially and confused about what's going on in your reality and why things aren't working out for you that you've just gone, fuck it, like I can't deal with this anymore. I'm not letting this get to me anymore. I'm just going to relax and do my own thing, find my passion and just enjoy life and not stress so much about what's going on with you. To be like the dog, the inquisitive dog that just wants to have fun and be playful and loyal and friendly with the people around them. I think you got to the point that you were so confused and things just weren't working for you that enough was enough and you had to change that thought pattern. And if you aren't quite there yet, pile 3, I do sense that that's where you'll end up very soon, that you're almost at the end of this heartache and pain. You've got 2 10s here, which is the end of a cycle. So this grief or this anxiety that you're going through is ending, and soon you'll be able to live like the girl in the presents card and the dog, and just be playful and have fun and be in the moment, and to let go of on dwelling on things that just aren't so important, and to trust in the communication that you're receiving from the universe. This is meant to be about your personality, but I'm just going to read the cards as I see it. I sense that pile 3, you're coming out of the dark night of the soul and just finding out who you are and what your purpose in life is. And I think it's a really beautiful thing. So just keep working on yourself, really. Take some time to meditate, get out into nature, and just enjoy life. That's all I have for you, pile 3. I hope that resonated. If it did, please like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And let's move on to pile 4. Welcome, pile 4 with the hematite stone. Let's find out who you are, what your personality is like, and what your strengths and weaknesses are by looking at your cards. So you got 4 cards that came out when I was shuffling earlier, unlike the other piles that had 3. But I just sense I needed to take them all. First card you have is the 4 of buttons in reverse. It says greed, letting go, security, and miserly. Let's just not jump to conclusions at pile 4. Okay, you have the 7 of buttons in reverse. Aimlessness, interesting. Delays, overwork. You have the Knight of Cups in reverse. Jealousy, moods. This interesting cards that you have so far. And your last card is the Tower card. I'm not gonna lie, these cards aren't, they're not the most inspirational cards, but let's just see what we can get from them. So it says here upheaval, awakening, and sudden chaos. I'm not ashamed to admit, pile 4, I'm a little bit stumped by these cards. I think you're a bit of an enigma, really. People don't know what to expect from you. You keep your cards close to your chest. And I think maybe people can't always tell how you're going to react to certain situations. Sometimes you can be quite cool, calm, and collected, and other times I sense that you're a little bit hot-headed and that you can react quite strongly. And people just don't know what to expect from you. I do see with the 7 of buttons and the 4 of buttons, so you're quite driven, that you're very goal-oriented and really really want more than anything to achieve your goals in life. You're very career focused. But I do sense sometimes that you can let that goal or those career aspirations sort of get in the way of how you interact with other people sometimes. But let's find out what your oracle cards have to say. You have the throat chakra, number 29. And you have the inner child, number 18. Playfulness, lightheartedness, innocence, and wonder. Okay. So I'm seeing from that pile 4 that when you work from a place of being happy and allowing the joy to radiate your being, that things probably work out better for you. I think people just don't know how to take you, really. And maybe it's not that you're ruthless or anything like that. It's just that I sense that when you're being sarcastic or trying to make a joke or something like that, people just don't know how to take you. They don't know if you're being serious or they don't know if you're playing along. But I do sense that most of the time it's all in jest and it's just for fun. But there's a bit of a serious nature about you that people find a little bit intimidating, is probably the best word. And it's mostly just because you really know what you want and that you will work hard to get what you want. But I do see also that you've really had to overcome some trialing times in your life with the Tower card here and upheaval, and the Knight of Cups in reverse. That there's been situations in your past that you haven't really reacted the most genuinely, that you've probably been a little bit just a little bit, well, it says here jealousy. I think possibly when things don't work out in your favor, you have the ability to possibly be a little bit harsh or critical. But when you really try and just be lighthearted and fun-loving, that people flock to you because you have, with the throat chakra here, I do sense that you have a lot of power in the sense that if you are kind and caring and sweet and nice to people, that you can really make their day and bring out the best in them. However, if you choose or for some reason you react sort of badly or negatively to a situation and you can be quite ruthless and cold with your words, then you really can like tear someone to shreds and reduce them to tears, I think. So you have a lot of power within you. Like the Tower card, you have the ability to really like make or break a situation with the words that you choose to use and how you perceive certain situations. So for you, pile 4, it's about just always being mindful of your words. And it's okay to be really goal-oriented and quite motivated in life, but just to make sure that you achieve those goals from the most authentic and genuine space, really. On that, let's get some further messages from the universe about your personality and who you are from the Animal Spirit Oracle cards. Yeah, I just think you're a very strong-willed individual, and that's a really commendable trait for the most part. But as long as you use it with the best intent, I see. Your first card here is number 24, Electric Eel Spirit. Bring your ideas to life. There you go. And your next card, pile 4, is the Pig Spirit. Use your mind wisely. Okay, there you go. So that sort of really aligns well with what I was saying, that you're a very strong-willed, highly intelligent individual. So with use your mind wisely, and with the throat chakra and the electric eel spirit, with a lot of blue in this card, I do see a very intellectual being. You're quite witty, intelligent. You know how to like really win an argument, or to take control with your words. That you're quite gifted in terms of being able to phrase things in certain ways, that know how to like make or break a situation, or to win someone over, or to really tear them apart if you want. So people are very wary of you, I sense. With the card at number 24, electric eel spirit, and the 2 Pentacles cards here, it says here, bring your ideas to life. So you're a very driven, goal-oriented individual, and someone that will be successful. I do see a lot of success in your future, pile 4, as long as you make sure to do it with the best intentions. If you bring an element of playfulness and joy to your goals, and try to be kind to the people around you, and just make sure that your plans are built on the best intentions, I do see a bright future, someone that can achieve amazing things. Like, I see a group that could be an entrepreneur, someone that could like run their own business and be successful, as long as you're not being ruthless and trying to compete too much with other people or other businesses. It says here, use your mind wisely. So just make sure that whatever decisions you make in life, pile 4, it's that you don't try and bring other people down. I do see a potential here to fall into depression too when things just don't work out. I think you can also be quite hard on yourself too. So a lesson in life for you is the need to overcome your mind, and to realize that when you use it for the greater good, and tell yourself positive affirmations, that you can achieve pretty much anything. But you need to like overcome the negativity and fight. There's a possibility of falling into depression if you don't remain conscious of what you're telling yourself, I sense. Yeah, I think you're an intriguing individual. I think people just don't know how to take you, and I mean that in a genuine way, in the sense that like you inspire curiosity in people, I think. But you've just got to make sure that you use it for the greater good, because it's a trait that really draws people to you. Everyone likes a good mystery in life. You have here, pile 4, the card of Umbrella. Number 39. Instantly, I'm getting the feeling of really reminds me of Mary Poppins, actually. That you do have a playful side to you. You do. You really have a really like gentle, playful, caring, and compassionate side to you. You just need to make sure that you're working from that side more often than when you get upset and angry about certain things that don't really work out for you. Remain playful and lighthearted, and you'll be successful. I also sense that yeah, you can be quite you have some magic about you, some mystery, intrigue, that you draw people in by your mannerisms and by your unique way of speaking, I think. I see a group that has the ability to be a strong leader through leading with your words. People really like pay attention when you start to speak. And people are drawn to you too, because you have the ability to really change the dynamic in a room, or to change the direction of a plan if you want for the best. On that pile 4, let's get some further messages from the universe, from the Commonplace Tarot. Universe, what else do you want me to know about pile 4? Who are they as a person? Your first card is the Chariot in reverse. Oop, there's your last 2 cards. You have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and you have the High Priestess card. So that's 3 major arcana that have come out of the deck. Okay, pile 4. I sense that sometimes you struggle to like change the way you react to things, in terms of not learning lessons sometimes, that I suspect that you are probably confronted with similar circumstances over and over in life. Until you learn a lesson and change the way that you react. I have touched on the fact that you can be quite cold sometimes in your reactions or the way you speak to people if you aren't being mindful of how you come across. And I sense that you are constantly being challenged by that in your day-to-day life, that you are constantly being confronted by people that bring out a certain reaction in you, and you need to be mindful of how you react in that situation. So you've got the High Priestess here, which indicates that you're quite intuitive and you can read people pretty well, I sense. Like with you've got the throat chakra and a lot of blue, indicating that you're quite intelligent and you have the ability to read people's personalities and how they're reacting quite intuitively. You need to draw upon that more in terms of knowing how to react and to really maintain calm and to always choose to be kind, because you're a very powerful individual that can manifest situations in your life based on the way you react, I sense. With the Chariot in reverse, I do see that you are going somewhere in life, that you have a strong desire to be highly successful, but you've just got to make sure that you're doing it from the greatest of intentions in order for it to be successful and to take action, or to really fly ahead in life. When you get caught up in games, I sense things don't always work out the best for you. But you're an intriguing individual. I sense that you're quite witty and mysterious, and people are drawn to you. So yeah, you need to use that power for the greater good. I hope that resonated with you, pile 4. If it did, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next reading. Thanks. Bye.